welcome back to Mini Lessons with Miss H, and today we're doing page 155, Unit 4, Week 1. So today we do the compare and contrast and fluency. So we're going to reread the passage and answer the questions. So first, I want you to follow along with Ms. Hernandez as we're going to reread the story, okay, together. And then we're going to answer the questions. All right, so based on the title, In a Redwood Forest, I would write title. I already know the setting in that title. Then back here, where are redwoods found? I see an illustration of trees. Looks like a forest. Here, this is, that's right, a heading. And then this one is another heading. So now let's read it all together, and we're going to annotate to see what information we get from the story. A forest is a large area of land covered by trees growing close together. So they're giving us a definition here. There are many kinds of forests. Some have hardwoods. These forests have trees that lose their leaves each year. Some forests have evergreen trees with needles. One of the most amazing kinds of forests is the Redwood Forest. So now they're talking about different kinds of forests, right? And some forests have hardwoods, so this is a difference. And some have trees that lose their leaves every year. Some have evergreen trees with needles, right? So these are all different kinds of forests, right? So that's what the author is letting us know right there. What is a redwood tree? In a redwood forest, you will find some of the tallest trees in the world. A redwood tree can grow over 300 feet tall. That's a key detail. That's as tall as a 35-story skyscraper, a building found in big cities. Redwoods are some of the oldest trees in the world. Wow. Look how old they could be. 2,000 years old. A redwood tree can live to be 2,000 years old. One reason is these trees can survive fire. Their thick bark keeps them from burning. Wow. That's a cool fact to know about redwood trees. 2,000 years old. I think I said 200. I meant 2,000. I'm sorry. Where are redwoods found? Redwood forests are not found everywhere. California is the only setting where they grow in nature. Key detail. This is a very important key detail, okay? Redwoods need a wet climate to grow. The coast of California is a good spot. There is fog almost every day. The fog keeps the soil moist. It also helps the redwood trees get water. They soak up water from the fog right into their leaves. In the past, people cut down many redwood trees. These big trees would have disappeared. Now most of them are protected in parks. So here in this one, I forgot to underline the most important details. They soak up water from the fog right into their leaves. So that's what helps them stay alive for so long. They can't be destroyed anymore. People can visit the parks to see these special forests. They're protected. Why? Because people were over cutting them. Okay, that's called deforestation. They're getting rid of them. So, let's count how many things Ms. Hernandez, how many things I annotated. So I annotated the title, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So out of 11, how many annotations did you match with Ms. Hernandez? All right? Until next time, bye! Awesome. Number 1, how are some forests different from others? Let's go to our annotations And I want you to think where Miss Hernandez, we put the things that were different. Remember? Different. So think of that one for number 1. I'll read number 2 for you. How is a redwood tree like a 35-story skyscraper? Wow. Go back and look for the number 35 in the story. Okay? And look at how they are similar or alike. Similar. Number 3. How is the past different for redwood trees than today? So now you have to think about how it was different in the past compared to today. You have 5 minutes to answer these questions by yourself. Ready, set, go. now we're going to review. Please keep in mind, if you're going straight to this part of the video, you're only playing yourself, okay? It's not Ms. Hernandez and Ms. Seymour. We don't grade this for correctness. That means we're not going to look to see that you got the questions right. What we're going to look for is to see what you're able to understand. And then it's not going to match your grade at the end of the 2 weeks, right? So it's going to be difficult for me to help your parents understand how to help you, and for Ms. Hernandez and Ms. Seymour for us to help you better. It's going to be difficult for us to help you if we don't know how to help you. So when I get this homework, that's when I go back and during our small group instruction, our DI, our centers, that's when Ms. Hernandez focuses on those things that we didn't really get right together as a group or as a class, okay? So, first thing we have to do always is annotate the text. Dissect the questions and look for evidence to support our answers. So number 1, how they want a key detail. Some forests different, not same from others, right? So always steal from the question to answer it. Some forests are different from others because, right? And then what difference do we have? We have 2 differences we picked. These trees, some forests have evergreen trees, some have hardwoods, right? So you could write some have hardwood, all right? And some have evergreen trees with needles. So those should have been your answer for number 1. And my expectation is that you went back and highlighted this. Does it have to be a yellow highlighter? No. It could be a yellow crayon, an orange crayon. It could be you underlining it or putting a little box around it. I don't want to hear, Mr. Hernandez, I don't have a yellow. No, I need to see you going back in the story and showing me where you got your evidence to answer your question. All right? It's very important. We do it in class all the time, so I don't want to hear, I don't know how to do it. Yes, you do know. Okay? Number 2. How? What do they want? They don't want your opinion. They don't want to say, what do you think? They want you to go back in the story and find a key detail. How is a redwood tree like or similar to a 35-story skyscraper? So right there, I would go right to 35. Right here. What do we highlight there? A redwood tree can grow over 300 feet tall. So that's my expectation for number 2. That's what you should have written. You should have gone back in the story and, first you need to steal from the question. A redwood tree is like a 35-story skyscraper because they can grow over 300 feet tall. That should have been your answer. And if that's what you wrote, you know what to do, okay? And number 3, how was the past different for redwood trees than today? So what's the first thing we looked? We need a key detail, the past versus today. So the past is old and today is now, right? Now. So let's go back to where we see the word past. In the past, and we should have circled that because that's a setting. People cut down many redwood trees. Now, most of them are protected. What does that mean? They can't be destroyed or cut down anymore. So that's where you should have gotten your answer. All right? So your answer should have been, the past is different for redwood trees than today, or it's different now than today because now they can't be destroyed anymore. Okay? So I'm going to give you a quick little pro tip. If you notice, look how our questions, our answers are organized. For question number 1, our answer was in the first paragraph, right? For question number 2, it was in the second paragraph. And then for our last question, it was in the last paragraph. So now that we're preparing for the SAT, you have to understand that how the people on the test ask you questions, they're asking you sequential order, right? So they're not going to start with this question, number 3, and then go to number 1, and then go to number 2. They like to organize the questions from easiest to hardest. Okay? So that's a pro tip. I'm giving you really good information right now. All right? So let me know how many questions you got right out of 3, right? And if you didn't get any right, just the fact that you're being honest, I'm going to appreciate that a lot. But I do expect to see all these annotations, and I expect you to at least pause the video and try to put as many answers as you can. All right? Remember, you have this luxury right now that you have a teacher that is teaching you how to go back, how to look for the answers. Don't waste this time. Don't waste this opportunity. Next year, when you have to take the FSA, you're going to be wishing, I wish I went back. I wish I stopped the video. I wish I would have used what Ms. Hernandez taught me to use, you know? So, don't regret. Don't come back to my classroom saying, oh, I wish. No, it's too late now, okay? All right, so for part B, you're going to read it by yourself. You don't have to read with a partner. You're going to read it the first time for a minute, then the second time for a minute, and you're going to see if you could beat your high score, okay? Until next time, bye!